2025 is just 1 month away, and most people will remain the same because they use the same outdated approaches. But we can change that together. I'll introduce you to the 3 Rs framework where we rewire, recalibrate, and reinvent ourselves. And in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how these strategies have helped other people break through and how they can do the same for you. Let's find out how to get ahead of 99% of people and make 2025 your breakthrough year. Take a look at this guy. His name is Sinhei Bangangbang, a fellow human being who's committed to growth and ready to unlock his potential. We live in a world that is constantly changing. New technologies, new challenges, and along with it, new opportunities pop up every single day. Yet, most people stick to their old habits, the same mindset and the same strategies. Why? Because you haven't learned how to rewire your mindset. Let's kick off with rewiring. Why is rewiring the first and most important step you have to take today to shift from average to extraordinary? Like, what exactly are we rewiring? Think of it like this. A lot of us, we are kind of held back by these deep-seated beliefs about ourselves and what we can do and what we cannot do, right? Like, oh, I'm not good at maths, or I could never start my own business. You see, these limiting beliefs, they become roadblocks. Rewiring means switching from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Now the real question is, how do we rewire our mindset? Let's break down how you can rewire your mindset in 3 simple steps. The first step 1, is to recognize your limiting beliefs. So the first step is to recognize those beliefs that are holding you back. This can sound something like, oh, I cannot do this. I'm not capable of doing this. I'm not good enough. This kind of thoughts, you write it down, and when you see them on paper, it makes it easier to challenge them. Like when you bring these limiting beliefs out in the open, you can see them more clearly. But then, knowing the problem does not automatically fix anything. So step 2 is we challenge those beliefs. Ask yourself this, is this true? Am I not good enough? Or is there something I can do to prove this wrong? Like for example, if you are bad at public speaking, I mean that's classic, a lot of people face that. Now I want you to think about the times when you have spoken confidently in front of other people, even though it's a small group. Like it might be during a presentation at work or in school. And when you think this way, it actually helps you shift your thinking. Because most of these limiting beliefs don't hold you up if you scrutinize them. Is it interesting? So it's almost like you are a detective of your own thoughts and your own mind. So now that we have identified those beliefs and challenged them, finally, step 3 is replace those beliefs with more empowering beliefs. Okay, this isn't just about being naively optimistic, but more about choosing to focus on what's possible instead of thinking what's holding you back. So like instead of, oh, I'm going to fail, it should be, I am going to learn from this experience no matter what. And that's it. Just 3 simple steps. Recognize, challenge, and replace. Rewiring your mindset is that easy, but it takes consistent efforts every day. Now that your mindset is rewired, it is time to recalibrate your approach. So now we'll talk about recalibration. So what is recalibration? So recalibration is about making small changes to the approaches or strategies that are already working for you. So this is not about starting a new approach from scratch. It's more about fine-tuning. And here is how to recalibrate in just 2 simple steps. Step 1 is to assess what is working. So the first step is to take a closer look at what is already working for you. What part of your strategy is effective? It could be a habit, or it could be something you do subconsciously. This might sound simple, but this helps you identify the areas in you that you are already excelling in. Okay, so if someone is struggling with time management, but you're really good at networking or marketing, so should they focus more on networking or on time management? The answer is obvious. You should work on your time management. You see what I'm trying to say? By recognizing what's working helps you focus on what to keep and what not to do. The step 2 is to make a small change to make it better. Once you figure out what is already working well for you, find just one small change you can make to enhance it. Okay, but can you give me examples? Absolutely. Let's say you are amazing at brainstorming for ideas and projects, but you struggle to execute them. Maybe your small change should be like dedicating like 10 to 20 minutes a day on just one single idea and executing a single idea at a time. Even though it's a small shift in your routine, it can make a huge impact in the long run. Like, think about all those times when you try to take on a massive challenge and you feel overwhelmed at the end and you give up. So maybe the secret really is starting small. And that's it. Just 2 simple steps. Assess what's working and make a small change to enhance it. Now that your approach is recalibrated, it is time to reinvent your habits and take this to the next level. Okay, quick break for Sinhab. If you're loving this, give a like, subscribe, and comment to help Sinhaba level up. Now let's get back to the last R, which is reinvent. It's time for the most exciting part, reinventing your habits. Reinvention means updating your daily actions to align with your new mindset and your new approach. So how do we start the reinvention process? So the first step is to identify bad habits. But how do you even know a bad habit that is holding you back? So to do that, let me ask you a question. Do you usually study one night before the exam, or do you prepare beforehand? And if the answer is one night cramming before the exam, that's it. That's the habit that is holding you back. Simple as that. It's not good. I have been there. And I tell myself that I work well under pressure. But that's not true. Deep down inside, I know that is not true. See, we tell ourselves these stories to justify our bad habits. But the truth is, they are often limiting our potential. So step 2 is we replace with action-oriented habits. How do we do that? So instead of studying one night before the exam, commit yourself to studying at least 30 minutes a day. And even if you cannot do that, I'll do you one better. Go onto YouTube and watch an animated video on the concept you're trying to learn. And this is my magic spell, start small. And when I say start small, it's about making these consistent changes part of your daily routine. And this is where we see Sinhaba Ngangbam's story come in a full circle. So reinventing means stepping into a version of yourself you know you are meant to be. So it's not just about change, it's about transformation. Reinventing your habits is how you go from being a spectator in your life to a full architect for your future. We are almost at the end of this video, but let me be honest here. All of these things I have said till now is very idealized. It's not 100% accurate or replicable in the real world. And I understand that. But the take-home message is to at least do one. Start small, because small change means huge impact in the long run. Now that you have learned about the 3 Rs, where you rewire your mindset, then you recalibrate your approach, followed by reinventing your habits. But please remember that these are not just strategies. They are the tools that will help you leap past 99% of the people in 2025. And the best part is, even if you're not able to do this because you're distracted or you're not focused, check out these 4 proven ways to get rid of distractions by imagining Einstein how he would be right now.